Right, so here we have an Xbox One X that was sent to us by Shane from Tennessee. And Shane sent the board along with the heatsink. And the board looks something like this. We are going to change the HDMI port on this board. Now the first thing we did was take the heatsink out of the board. As you see on here, that's one big heatsink. And the other thing I want to do is check on the HDMI port to confirm that we have a damaged HDMI port. It looks like the plastic was burned on this. I mean, if you compare it with the one next to it, see, we can see every single pin except for maybe this here. But that's not why this Xbox was sent here. It was sent here so we can change the HDMI out, which is this one here. Look at this. Look at the difference between this and this. On this we can count the pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. On this one here we cannot even count the pins, so we do not see them. Let's go ahead and remove this HDMI port connector. Now unleaded is being mixed with low melt. The combination will be a much lower temperature than if we did not have low melt solder. You can tell how low melt is mixing with unleaded. And now it's fully mixed. Okay, so we are done from the back. Let's go ahead and do the same for the front pins. Now we already did the video on the Xbox One X HDMI port replacement, but here we're doing another one. Customer requested that we do a video on his. We do not usually take any requests, but I thought, why not? I'll have another one. Okay, so we just soaked all the pins with low melt solder. Now it's time to use a little bit of hot air to remove that connector. that's it. So it only took a few seconds to remove that connector. And now let's go ahead and clean. What I'm going to do is solder a few pins from the center so we can make the connector hold in place. Then we'll flip the board and solder the back legs of the connector. We're gonna press it down so the pins are flush, nice and flat with the pads, and just go like this. Okay, so some of the pins are holding now, which is good. Let's flip the board and solder the back. And the back is done. Let's go ahead and solder the front pins of the connector. So what I did is we put a tiny blob of solder and I just spread the solder all the way over to all the pins. So we have the right amount of solder on there. That's it. Everything should be nice and solid. Let's double check. Pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Pins are very, very solid. We're gonna double check one more time. Starting from my left. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Beautiful job. Let's go ahead and do a final cleanup. And the job is done. We're gonna put the heatsink back on and ship it back to the customer. The heatsink will sit over here like this, and that's it. That's how you change the HDMI port on the Xbox One X. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video.